inside going 95. The way she looked at me with a dirty gleam, it was like she wanted to hurt me. I seen it before, a beautiful night. I thought it could just be the white wine. Oh, here we go, it's a showdown between Geminis. Someone's going down, but it ain't gonna be.
Yesterday, my package came in. I ordered this little bike motor, right? And I'm gonna try to get one of my bikes and turn it into a little bug out vehicle or whatever, a little short range exploring vehicle. You know, you never know what happens. So let me show you the engine. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with it. Okay, guys, here's the little bike motor I've got. Right, it's pretty lightweight. I did some research on the internet about them. Right, that's this sticker. All right, so and some of them are a little junky they were talking about, but this one seemed to got the best reviews on it. Right, so I went for this one. It cost me 149 bucks. Wasn't too bad. Right, my plans on I'm going to test this one out, see how this one works. Right, and if this one works good, I'm going to make one for each member of my family. So that's my goal. All right, so it's going to be my little bug out little bicycle vehicle, whatever you want to call it. But first thing I'm doing is going to take this sticker off. It's stupid. All right, maybe I'll write on here bug out, I don't know, whatever I'm going to write on there. You give me a suggestion and I'll write something on there. Right? So that's the motor. Right, it came with a half-a-gallon gas tank, which is pretty cool. All right, if you could get this thing open. Right, there you go. Everything is nice little gas tank. Right, you mount it to the bottom of your bike. Has the outlet. Right, came with a little scratch on it, but what are you going to do about that? All right, it came with the whole package: the throttle cable, the carburetor it has in it, everything. Right, little heat shield on it, pretty cool. Right, comes with the sprocket you mount on it, so it has the sprocket. Right, the clutch cable, and all the proper things you need to mount it to your bike, you know. So let's see how it works out, all this nuts and bolts. Right, so my main goal is to make a little bicycle bug out vehicle. Right? You might be seeing a little push baby bike. What I'm seeing is wheels, axles for my bike project. These wheels are air, you know, they got little good wheels. Got an axle in here, right? I'm going to strip this baby down and I'm going to use it for my bike project. There we go. Alright guys, how you doing? Alright, so quick update on the bike situation. The engine bike, the bug out bike, the Bob, the B-O-B. Alright, here we go. Originally I was going to mount it onto this mountain bike, right? But there's a problem with these mountain bikes, right? Their frames, the frame inside here is too small, too cramped for the carburetor and everything, and plus these have large tubes, heavy tubes. Alright, so I didn't want to get into the whole cutting and welding and all that stuff, so my word of advice to you guys, really check your bikes before you buy the motor. Alright, so and plus these seats on these things, I know you can change it, but imagine riding 50 miles on this sucker. You feel like a guy who just got out of prison for tax evasion. So you don't want that. So what I went with is the Cruiser. Alright, so this is a Fuji Cruiser. Alright, I was kind enough, I got a friend that traded the Fuji Cruiser for that bike. So giving him that bike, I'm taking his bike. It's not the manliest looking bike around, but what it's going to be used for, that's what's important. But it's a pretty cool bike. I like the handlebars. You got these little curved handlebars, right? And plus you got the bigger seat. You won't feel like you just got out of prison. Alright, so, and there you go. And then you got the motor. So far, what I got so far is the motor hooked up. So I used the metal brackets to hook the motor up over here. They come with cast iron brackets, but you don't want to use them because they will crack when you tighten them down. Same thing on the bottom. I mounted the motor same way on the bottom here with the metal bracket. Alright, so I got the engine in there so far. I got the gas tank on there, right, which is always a good thing to have when you're using a motorized vehicle. Alright, so what I'm going to be working on, not right now, but I'm going to put the sprocket. So what I'm going to do now, and just want to give you a little update where I'm at, right? And of course, that little bike I showed you, I found in the street, this is going to be converted into a back carrier where I'm going to mount a box on this thing, right? And hook these metal bars up to the bike itself so the bike could pull some cargo with you. You know, you could use anything, I guess, but I'm going to really try to go get a nice little, you could use a milk crate if you want, put on the back of this sucker, right? But I'm going to get a nice little toolbox, one of those big toolboxes, the plastic ones, the cheap ones. I'm going to put it right onto that, mount it onto that. I'm going to reverse the wheel to the back. Alright, so it's hard to visualize it, but I'll show you when it's done. Alright, so that's going to be my back carrier. It's going to mount to the back of the bike, over here, right into the back. What's good about this bike, what I really like, it has wider tires, right? I like the wide tires on that, right? And, which is really cool, it has this secret siren. Watch. Ain't that cool? Everybody's gonna get out of my way with this baby. Alright, hey, so what's up, guys? This is Brooklyn Prepper back again. Alright, I got my my bike project is done. I got the whole thing hooked up and it's ready to do its maiden voyage. I'm probably gonna run this baby Friday. I'll videotape it and everything, I'll show you. Alright? But I got it done. Okay, this project, it's not the easiest project in the world to do, and it's definitely not the hardest project in the world to do. If you take your time, right, and pace yourself, follow your instructions and everything, you'll be fine, right? So it's not intimidating, so it's just, you know, it's a little bit of a pain in the neck here and there, but take your time and you get it done, all right? Don't try to rush through this type of project. You want it all set and nice. You gotta remember, you're putting a motor on a bike, all right? So this is a brief description of what I done. First thing I done was I mounted the motor on, like I said in the other video, with the brackets in the back, right? So once I got the whole motor on, right, and it was nice and tight, you got a bracket in the front and you got a bracket in the back. So that all worked out fine, all right? The second thing I did was I mounted the sprocket, all right? The sprocket's a little, you know, a little bit pain in the neck, but it worked out. Alright, so let me show you the other side of the sprocket. Alright, it comes with these bushings they give you. It comes with these metal, like half moon clamps here. That's going to screw right through the sprocket. Right, you're going to put both bushings. It depends on what bike you have, but my bike, you put both bushings in the back, and you tighten this baby up against that the sprocket. So you tighten the rubber bushings are pushing up the spokes against the sprocket. Right, it gives a nice tight fit in there, so it could obviously turn the wheel. All right, so then the third thing I did, well, the third thing I did was write this, the B-O-B, bug out bike. That's right. Okay, so that's what. Hey, it's a nice emblem, right? I had an artist draw that up for me. He did a good job, right? All right. So the third thing I did, I attached the carburetor. Right, you just put it on there, you tighten it down, and you're okay. Pretty self-explanatory, right? And then I put the ignition coil in here. This is the whole ignition stuff. It's got a blue and a black wire coming off it. You're going to attach the blue and the black wire that comes off the engine. Very simple. That's all you got to do. That's it, right? Then it has a cutoff switch on the throttle, which is over here. Here's your throttle. You got a cutoff switch here. Right, so your wires come down here. I ran the wires down. I used tie wraps. Very important, you want tie wraps. They work great because you want to make everything nice and neat. Right, I like making things neat. Right, I came down off the ignition. I attached the yellow wire off the ignition. I spliced it with the white wire coming off the engine. Then there's a green wire off the cutoff switch. Right, that comes off. What I did, let me see if I can show it to you. What I did, I put a self-tapping screw and just wrap the wire around it to make the ground. You want to ground that green wire from the cutoff switch to the frame. So the yellow wire from the cutoff switch goes right to the white wire from the engine, and the green wire goes to the frame. All right, simple as that. It says it in the instructions. Right, you follow the instructions, you'll be okay. Right, came with a throttle kit. I put the throttle in there. I ran all my cables down with tie wraps. I kept my bell. I wasn't going to let that baby go. All right, comes with a choke, This is to choke your engine before when you got a cold start going on. All right. And this is the your clutch handle, right? So when you pull this in, right? Let me see. You pull it in, you lock it in, right? Now the bike you could pedal. You could ride freely once that thing is in. So as you're riding and you're pedaling, you get to a certain speed, you just let that out and it engage the engine. And then the clutch will grab on the engine and you're ready to go. All right, so you have the clutch handle up here is attached to this clutch rod. See, it goes in, right? You just got to run the cables, tighten them up. Like I said, it's not a really hard project. You just take your time to get it done, right? The chain, you know, on whatever bike you have, you might have to cut the chain down. I had to cut a few links out of this one. If you don't know how to cut links out of a chain, I'm sure you know somebody that does, right? And this thing is very important. This is the chain guide, right? Which once you get your chain on there, you could adjust this up and down, right, to make the chain tighter, all right? And plus it lets the chain flow onto the sprocket nicely, right? So it gives it a little bit of a dip and keeps that in there tight, all right? And that's about it. That's, you know, it wasn't a real hard project, and you know, surely wasn't the easiest, but my opinion, anybody could really do it. You know, just take your time, follow the instructions. All right, and it comes with instructions like right here. Let me show you. You got these instructions here, but the copies they send you is this printed copy, right? And the pictures ain't really that good. It's like really washed out. So what I did, you go online to the website, and I got this motor from gasbike.net. It's gasbike.net. That's why I picked this motor up. You go on their website, and they have the whole instructions in colored pictures, and they're a lot more, and they're clearer. All right, so that was that. So I can't wait to ride it. I just wanted to give you guys a small little update on there, and there it is. The Cruiser is going to be ready to go Friday. I'm going to put some gas. Man, I'm going to be riding like a maniac, like one of those motorcycle guys. All right, so that's that. All right, a little update on my back carrier. Here I go. I got it all ready. Right? I still got to do some modifications to it, but that's the back carrier. Let me see if you get a good picture of that. I got the two wheels in the front, the single wheel in the back. I got the part to hook everything up right over there. And that's going to hook up to the back of the bike off the frame. Right? That's going to sit right behind the bike, and I'm able to put some stuff in there and pull it. You know, it moves really freely, right? So, you know, I wouldn't say I could fill it up with tons of heavy stuff, but it does a trick. So I picked this little toolbox thing up for 25 bucks. I paid for it. I put a piece of wood on the bottom to give it some more support. Right. The only thing I'm going to have to do here with this the back wheel, that little the piece that comes through here, I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to cut this completely off and put a threaded rod on there so I can bolt it down from the bottom and the top. You know, I ran some screws through the front over here, and it's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid piece, you know. So I guess, you know, I could put a tent in there, your wood gas stove in there, some extra food, whatever you want to put in there, you can just drag it behind the bike. Hopefully it works out good. I'll find out soon. All right, so that's my update, guys, and Friday I'm going to make my big video of this thing going. All right? Hey, what's up, guys? Brooklyn Prepper. All right, it's time for the maiden voyage. I got some gas, 2-cycle mix. I got this bike all ready to go, so let me crank her up and see what's going to happen. I'll take you along for the first maiden ride. All right, guys, I got to fire it up. Turn. Alright guys, I gotta try to find a way to mount this camera. Alright, so
black and yellow, black and yellow.
there you go. Alright, there you go guys, it's riding. I tell you the truth, the ride's pretty good. The bug out vehicle. Coming to a city near you. Okay guys, that was a quick video just to show you that the thing is up and running. When I get the time, I'm gonna make a better video. I'm gonna mount the camera onto the bike. I'll take you guys for a long ride. Alright, but I'm telling you one thing, the thing works great. It works better than I thought it was gonna work. Right? The muffler is not that loud at all. It sounds like maybe like a, what do you call it, a weed whacker. But as far as the muffler and everything, the chain, the bike ran fantastic. I put my stamp of approval on it. I don't know how long it's going to test the time, but as for now, it's running great. But I'm going to come up, just watch for another video in a couple of days, and I'm going to take you on a long ride. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update. The B.O.B.